What's happening, people? I'm your host, Double R, and you're now tuned in to Retro Rob Television. Salute to my new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. And salute to my original subscribers for always holding your boy down. I truly do appreciate that. I want to talk about something. I was out here on my daily walk, and I was just listening to these stories about, y'all know the situation that happened between the black dude, I believe he was African, and the white woman, the IG model. And one thing I want to say is this. We can't expect to reform or rehabilitate our community. We can't even begin to even think about rebuilding the community if we're still in bed with the enemy, if we're still cuddled with the oppressor. Let me repeat that. We cannot reform our community. We cannot begin to start the rehabilitation of our community. You know, people talk about how the community don't get along with the community. We don't get along with each other. But we damn for sure cannot build our community if we're still cozying up with the enemy. And that's exactly what happened with this African brother and his IG model. You know, this African brother, he said a lot of messed up things and disrespectful and harmful and hateful things towards our sister. And no, I'm not the biggest advocate for black women. You know, black women have their issues. But at the end of the day, I'm going to call a spade. Wrong is wrong. And this brother was wrong on so many different levels. And I ain't going to go as far as to say he got what he deserved. But I'm not sad for him by the slightest. You know, and let this be a message to all of us. You know, people talk about how black people don't get the same sentencing as white people. You know, how is a double standard, this, that, and the third, which tells me and which leads me to believe we don't do enough studying, or we're not studying what we're supposed to be studying. You know, and that's another thing I want to talk about too. How can we begin to study about us, or even get connected to someone who knows, to learn about us and our culture, when we're still learning and coming up under the doctrine and teaching others to come up under the doctrine of our enemy? We got to stop doing that. We got to stop cozying up to the enemy. We got to stop cuddling up to the enemy. We got to stop laying in bed with the enemy. And we have to start coming around each other and dealing with each other. Now, can a lot of people in our community be fucked up? Of course. You know, that's in all communities. But I'm not focusing on all communities. I'm focusing on my community. You know, but there are really good people. You know, where there's bad, there's also good as well. And where there are bad people, there's also good in them as well. You feel me? But I don't want to focus more so on, because I've heard people talk about, just like I did with the video, and go ahead, hit the like button on that one. Go ahead, check that out with the Will and Jada and Chris Rock, the whole slapping incident. You know, I gave a different perspective on that one, just like I'm doing with this video, because I feel like we need to focus on the real issues, the real topic at hand. And in this particular situation with this black guy, this African guy being stabbed up by this white woman, was his inability, because it's past tense, was his inability to learn, to understand who his enemy actually was. You know, make no bones about it. This woman is going to get a slap on the wrist. I've seen it time and time again. You've seen it time and time again. And we're going to continue to see it over and over again. Question is, what are you going to do about it? That's why I do these videos. What are you going to do about it, man? You know, for those of y'all that was here from day one with Double R, y'all know I started off with my channel called Life is Chess. And this is a situation where life is indeed chess. You know, a situation of many situations where it shows you over and over again. You know, I thought we learned from MLK. You know, I thought we've learned from all of these shooting of these race soldiers on unarmed black people. I thought we would have learned by now, but apparently we haven't, because we're leading with lust. You know, let me tell you one thing about lust. I've learned over the time that lust won't just get you hurt. It'll kill you. Lust will kill you. You know, in many ways than many. You know, in many ways than none. You know, we're seeing a situation. We're talking about a situation where a man got killed viciously, and guess what? She's gonna get a slap on the wrist. Guess what? You know, they're probably gonna give his family some compensation for it or whatever, you know, and they're going to forget about it, and you're going to forget about it, and it's on to the next one. But my message is, man, you know, I'm about to get back to my walk, but my message is, man, learn about your culture, learn about you, you know, learn about what your real purpose is. You know, if you in the house and you ain't really doing nothing, that's also being in the bed with your enemy. That's also being in bed with your oppressor and cuddling up to your oppressor, because guess what? That's what they want you to do. They want you to be set up and cooped up in the house. You know what they say, idle time is the devil's playground. It's the devil's workshop. You know, that's why I noticed, you know what, I'm not going to even go that route. You know, I'm not going to go that route. We'll talk about that later, or we probably won't. But get it together, man. You know understand the game. You know, learn the game, and stop playing games. You know, I'm saying that figuratively and literally. Get off the games and stop playing games in general, and get on your grind, man. And get on your grind, because as long as you stay on the grind, see, one thing about it, the grind will never fail you. You know, getting out here, playing around with people that really don't care about you, or whether they do or whether they don't, the grind will never fail you. That's one thing that won't fail you. People will, but the grind won't. As long as you stay focused on your grind, the right people will come into your life. And because one thing about the grind makes people jealous. You know, people that ain't doing shit, that grind makes people that ain't doing shit jealous. And as long as you stay on that grind, the right people will come around and the wrong people will stay away. So keep that in mind. You feel me? But I'm not going to go into details about this whole story. Y'all understand. Y'all know this story. And that's the problem as well. Let's get away from, you know, trying to be entertained by shit. Because I ain't going to tell people what to do. I'm not that type of person, like I spoke about yesterday in my video with the Jada Pinkett video. I'm not in the business of telling people what to do, but I am in the business of giving advice. You know, and the best advice that I can give you is start learning what you need to learn. You know, do what you want to do, but also if you're going to read up on a story, if you're going to be entertained by something, make sure that you're getting something from it as well. And as I always say, man, take the bitter with the sweet. You know, throw the trash in the trash and keep the jewels and run with them. You know, but in this situation, in this case, I'm not going to go as far as say that the man got what he deserved, but he got what he deserved. He got what was coming to him. You feel me? He got what was coming to him because he was following and leading with his lust. You know, he didn't have no faith, and that's what happened when you get away from the faith. And when you have no faith, you know, and you start to dabble and dibble and dabble in shit that you shouldn't be dibbling and dabbling in. You know, you start dealing with people that you shouldn't be dealing with because you have no knowledge and you have no understanding of who and what you're dealing with. You know, but it is what it is, man. I hope y'all take these jewels, man, and it'll help somebody. It's your boy Double R, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment. Feel free to comment. If y'all want to expound on this, y'all know how it go. Leave a comment. You know, if I feel up to it, if I feel we got enough people that really want to talk about this, then we'll talk about this. But if not, peace and blessings.